Hello and welcome. I want to go through the muscles of the lower limb with you. The muscles of the lower limb, um, the main ones that we think about when we're talking about movement of the hip is the gluteus maximus. Maximus because it is the big one. And so when you think about what's going on with the gluteus maximus is that it's going to bring the thigh into a straight line with the pelvis. So I put this in here so you can see that, bringing the thigh in line with the pelvis. How you use your gluteus maximus is climbing stairs and jumping. So most of you are pretty familiar with the gluteus maximus. And again, this is hip extension. The next one that I want to highlight is the gluteus medius. And so it is the smaller of those muscles in the gluteal region. This one that we're going to highlight, we're not looking at the minimus, but this is responsible for hip abduction. Remember, ab away. So ab, add, ab, add. So when you're looking at the exercise that you would do in the gym with that, ab means to push away. So you can see here that the pushing will occur against these cushions, and you'll spread your legs this way. Um, why are the action that is most important with the gluteus medius is to steady the pelvis while walking. So it's more of a walking muscle, where the gluteus medius is more, or maximum is more of a jumping muscle. We also have muscles in the hip that are going to do flexion. And so this word, the P is silent. It's called iliopsoas, and it's actually made up of two muscles, the psoas major and the iliacus. You should see the word ilium in there. Ilium, here's your iliac crest. And so the iliacus muscle is this one that it is attaching right here, and the psoas muscle is the longer one. Those are involved in flexion. So here's a picture of flexion. So you're bringing your knee or your leg up. It keeps the upper body from falling backwards when you're standing up too. So you're using it all the time when you're standing. The muscles that cause the legs to come together are the adductor muscles. So that's a group of muscles that are right inside by your groin. So you may be familiar with this workout in the gym, the adductor muscles. It said in your book that the adductor muscles, gravity helps a lot to keep our legs together the way they are, and so those muscles can become flabby, which I thought was funny because I can relate. The next one that your book highlights is the hamstring group. So the hamstring group is causing movement at the knee. So the origins are on this side of the femur. The three that make up the hamstring group are the biceps femoris. So that would be this one. So there's the biceps femoris, the semimembranous. Right, wait, I think I have those backwards. The tendinous is this long one, and the membranous is the inner one. You don't need to know them separately, so it's not necessary to really focus in on which is which in that. But basically, they said that these are named because all of them form a tendon here, and that is what a ham hock is hung by when a butcher smokes a ham. So a little bit of trivia again from the book. I don't know how much that increases your knowledge. The next one that they talk about in the book is the sartorius. The sartorius is going to have its origin up on the iliac crest again, and then it's going to extend all the way down across your knee. And so the sartorius, its responsibility is to flex the thigh. The muscles that extend the knee those are going to be your quadriceps. So on the front of your leg, and here's your machine that works your quadriceps. They are also made up of 3 muscles: the rectus femoris, the vastus lateralis, and the vastus medialis. And so those are the muscles that are included in extending the knee. And here's your visual for knee extension. The muscles that cause movement at the ankle and foot, the first one we're looking at is the tibialis anterior. So from the name, you should know that it's attached to the tibialis, to the tibia, and you should also know that it's on the front of your leg because of anterior. It's responsible for dorsiflexion. So when this muscle is shortening, it's going to pull on the tendons that are in your foot and bring your foot up. It's also involved in foot inversion. And so you can see the attachments here, and that would cause your foot to be able to invert. The extensor digitorum longus is responsible for dorsiflexion as well, but in including that, it also goes all the way into your big toe. And so this is going to cause you to be able to bend your toe. So extensor digitorum longus is both your dorsiflexion and your toe extension. This is on, I just wanted to direct you to the pages in the book in case you wanted to look at that. This is on page 214, and that is it. The muscles that are going to cause movement in the foot and ankle, fibularis muscles. They include the fibularis longus and the fibularis brevis. I just was double checking that I had the location right. They are involved in plantar flexion. So remember, plantar flexion is standing on your tiptoes, and they also can be involved in eversion. So if you look at where these are attached, they're on the outside of your foot, so they're going to allow for eversion. The muscles that cause the ankle and the foot to move also include the gastrocnemius, and that's your big calf muscle. And that is involved in plantar flexion and flexion of the thigh. And flexion of the thigh, how you can, why that happens is because its origin is on the femur. So it's going to cross this joint. So it's going to cross this joint and it's going to cross that joint. So it's going to cause flexion of the knee because of its origin up here and its attachment below, and it's going to cause flexion of the foot because its attachment way down here. The other one that does flexion of the foot is the soleus. The soleus origin is on the tibia and fibula, so it does not flex the knee, it just flexes the foot. And that's all I have. At the end of the PowerPoint that's included in your classwork materials, I just drug the rest of these diagrams. So if you wanted to look at them more closely and didn't have the book, you can look at it from there. Today during class, I am going to go over those animations of the muscles of the lower body. So tomorrow you have a test on CK12, and then you're off for break. So that is it for today.